Tottenham finished 6th as Spurs draw 1-1 at Crystal Palace and Chelsea beat Wolves. Welcome back to another video. I hope you're all keeping safe and well. Today is the final day of the Premier League season. Crystal Palace v Tottenham. Tottenham, of course, have that 6th place position to play for. We know that we're going to finish in either 6th or 7th. But to get that Europa League place, we need to finish 6th. I know that we would get a Europa League place if we finish 7th as well. But if Arsenal win the FA Cup against Chelsea on the 1st of August, that would be whipped away from us. So we want to finish 6th. Let's hope that Chelsea do us a favour at home to Wolves today, and let's hope that Tottenham can get the 3 points. I'm now going to get the thoughts ahead of this game of Spurs fan Melvin in Malta and Crystal Palace fan Harvey from the Red and Blue site. So I've now got Spurs fan Melvin with me all the way from Malta. Melvin, nice to see you. Nice T-shirt on today. You look like Eric Dyer today as well. We've got Crystal Palace this afternoon. We beat Crystal Palace earlier on in the season at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium 4-0. They are in dreadful form. They have lost the last 7 out of 7 Premier League games. And indeed, Tottenham have beaten Crystal Palace in the last 9 league meetings. Can we do it again today?
Yeah, I think so. On paper, it should be a win. Jose told the players it's a final. It could get us to European football again. I can see us winning this game. It shouldn't be a problem.
In the last 5 Premier League games for Tottenham, we've been in great form. Some might say that the football hasn't been that great, but we've been getting the results. We've got 4 wins and 1 draw from the last 5 Premier League games. The form is pretty good at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah, we're slowly getting used to Jose's system of playing this formation, this 4-4-2. Or is it whatever? We're getting used to his new philosophy, I think. And the players are getting on board. We're looking much better. I think Kane is getting more and more powerful every day with his running and his finishing. He's getting some goals. I wouldn't be surprised if he tried to go for 4 or 5 goals today. I wouldn't be surprised at all if he aims for a hat-trick today, because he'll try. Obviously, he won't get the 6 or 7 goals he needs for the Golden Boot, but it's in his mind. You just know.
Melvin, today I'm even going high. I'm predicting a 3-0 win. What are you going with?
I don't know. I cannot say. I know for sure Harry Kane will score, but in these tight games, it looks more like Lucas Moura or Son or maybe a Giovanni Lo Celso goal. Because Selhurst Park is a small stadium and there's not much room for Kane to run. And I think it's going to be a tight game, but we have much better quality than they do.
Melvin, we know that Tottenham will finish in either 6th or 7th in the Premier League. Of course, it would be much better for Spurs if we finish 6th to get that Europa League place. And having, if we finish 7th, we'd have to wait until we see what happens with the Arsenal-Chelsea FA Cup game. How important is Europa League football for Tottenham next season?
No, I think we need European football. Even to get games for the youth and for players like Ryan Sessegnon and Ndombele, it will be a good experience for them to get minutes, playing 90 minutes, gelling with the team. We need, even for players like Skip, if he's not sent on loan. I think Europa League, Jose Mourinho's played it twice and he's won it twice. That's an incredible statistic. And he'll go and tell the dressing room, listen, I'm going to win this competition next year. Do you want to play like I want to play? Do you want to believe in my system? Next year, we're going to win it. He'll tell them, because he'll tell them that. And they'll start to believe it. I think because of COVID-19 and the league stopping has done us massive favors. Obviously not financially, but team-wise, it's done us massive favors. I don't think we would have finished above Arsenal if that didn't happen. And I think the fans now will start to believe in this way of playing. It's not the nicest way of playing, but now when we'll start getting into the stadium and we start to see the team defending for about 60 minutes and attacking for the rest, we won't panic, hopefully. We'll believe that the team can defend, and we're just playing this way because we're playing for the result. And this will accumulate points. And I love Pochettino, but I'm so excited about Jose Mourinho for some reason. People who know me, and you look over my head, I have his book and his photo there. I love Pochettino, but I'm so excited about Jose Mourinho because his tactical and his experience, and we're definitely going to win something next season. If not next season, in his 3 years, we have to win something. I think we will. The more I look at the team, the more game by game, I'm growing in confidence. I might be naive to think these things, and people say Jose Mourinho is dead and he's finished, but he's not. You don't know nothing about football if you say he's finished.
Well, Melvin, it's interesting. You've got a photo of Pochettino next to your bedside. What does Jose Mourinho need to do at Tottenham to get a photo next to your bed as well?
Nothing. Listen, I back all my managers. I love all the Tottenham managers, and to have, he's probably the most successful manager we've had. Apart, obviously, he's not won nothing with us yet, but he's probably the most experienced manager we've ever had. In the times he's played in 3 different leagues, he's won at 3 different leagues.
Yeah.
So Levy hired probably the best manager out there. He had a bad year at Manchester United, but people forget he won the league at Chelsea. If he's doing the thing to Tottenham that we lacked under Pochettino, is we get the lead, and we can't figure out how to hold on to it. We panic and we just defend. The team looks comfortable with a 1-0 lead. And if we get a 2-0 lead, I can turn off the game and I'm comfortable that we're going to win. The team's looking more and more solid. The organization looks good. Against Leicester, a team who's so good going forward, they did absolutely nothing. Obviously, those shots from outside the box, and Hugo had to do these massive saves. But if we can start the next season like this and add 1 or 2 players in key areas, I think next season will be amazing. And we can not easily because it's very difficult, but we can get to a quarter final, semi-final, even the final of the Europa League.
Melvin, just a word on Tottenham defender Jan Vertonghen. It looks like it's going to be his last game for Tottenham. Can you see him featuring today? Can you see him starting or even coming on as a sub? And how would you sum his 8 years at the club up?
He's so underrated. He's so underrated for what he did for us, because he came into a period where we weren't a Champions League team, and he took us that extra step. He took us into the Champions League, and he's been great for us. He scored important goals, and if you think about it, he came. We still had Gareth Bale. That's how long ago he's been here. We completely changed the team since then. He's been a great player for us, and it's just a shame that none of us are there at the ground, even at the last game of the season, to say farewell if it's his last game. He's been a great player for us. He'll be a legend. It's a big, big shame that he's won nothing with us. That's the only sad truth, because if we won the Champions League, it would have been, he would be a club legend. He's still a club legend because he's got lots of games for Tottenham, and he scored some important goals, and he's been there for the London derbies, games against Chelsea, scoring in the Champions League. He's been a wonderful player for us, and hopefully we've gotten to a point in our club where we can improve on Jan Vertonghen. We can get better players than him, and we can aim even higher now because our standards have increased.
Melvin, thanks for talking to me, and let's hope that Tottenham get the 3 points today. Come on, you Spurs.
on you, Spurs.
So I've now got Harvey with me, Crystal Palace fan from the Red and Blue site. Please do check it out on YouTube. Harvey, how has the Crystal Palace season been for you?
Oh, mate, a lot of ups and downs, some real high moments. I think getting that point away at Man City was a great moment, scoring quite a few goals in that game as well, which is quite hard for us. Lowest scorers in the league this season, I think. And also, some highs away to Arsenal as well. We had a great point there, some good results against good teams, but also some really poor results as well. And since the restart, we've been really stale and really lackluster performances, and I think that's been a real problem of ours of late. And so we're kind of finishing the season on a whimper, I'm afraid.
I read that stat yesterday. Crystal Palace in the 2019-2020 season only scored 30 goals in 37 games. Why?
It's a big problem, mate. Yeah, I don't know why, to be honest. We've had, obviously, Zaha's obviously our main man. Everyone knows that, and he's the main focal point of our attacks. And everyone knows that, so he gets doubled up, sometimes gets tripled up on every game. And I think when you cut Zaha out, it just negates any sort of attacking threat we have. We do look really, we do have a real lack of ideas when we get into the final third, not just in open play, but from set pieces as well. We used to be a really good set piece side in terms of goals. Now we just look really void of ideas, and you just think, what have they been doing on the training ground? Doesn't look like we know what to do. As soon as we get in and around the box, they look completely lost of ideas. And we've had Jordan Ayew score, I think it's 10 goals this season, 9 goals now, it's an okay tally, but it's nothing amazing really. He scored crucial goals this season as well, and he's been up for our player of the season, rightfully so, but no one else really chipping in with any valuable contributions there, and it is a big problem we need to address going forward. Otherwise we could be in real trouble next season, I believe.
Harvey, obviously, Crystal Palace take on Tottenham today. That's exactly why we're chatting. Crystal Palace haven't, and I know more stats you're going to hate here. Crystal Palace haven't scored a goal against Tottenham in 4.5 years. We have beat you in the last 9 games we've played you. You haven't won a game. You've lost all 7 that you've played in the Premier League, the previous 7. How on earth are Crystal Palace going to get a result against Spurs today?
We're probably not, I think. Those stats probably suggest that. No, in all honesty, I think, again, we're going to go with the same game plan we go in every game. And it's just so, it goes back to my point, it's going to be so predictable. I think, with Mourinho at the helm at Spurs, any decent manager of an opposition side is going to know how we're going to set up and approach a game. And it's very easy to play against. We're going to look to sit deep and look to break on the counter-attack. And, the way we've set up today, we set up with a 4-4-2, which has been good at times this season, but it's not a typical Roy Hodgson formation by any means. I think it gives us good options going forward. But as I've said already, going forward, as soon as we get to the box, no one's really taking the initiative. No one's really putting the ball in the back of the net. So it's all well and good throwing bodies forwards, but when we actually get there, we really don't challenge the goal whatsoever. I think we're definitely going to give you a good game in terms of running around the pitch. We always seem to run around the pitch quite well and put in the effort in the areas where you want the effort, in the midfield, and making it hard to, not giving players time on the ball. But as I said, once we do get the ball, it's a completely different story. So you're right. I think in the league, we've been atrocious against Spurs of late. We did get that good win in the FA Cup. I think it was last season. But apart from that, we haven't really had anything to shout about against Spurs in the league. So really, you should be winning this game today, especially because it's the last game of the season and we've got nothing to play for.
Well, we need the 3 points. But, Harvey, what have you made of Spurs during this season? Obviously, Pochettino went in November. Mourinho come in November. But what have you made of Spurs as a whole?
Well, first of all, I like Spurs as a team. I always have. I think the players that you've got there at your disposal, there's been some great young players coming through. And just in general, I really do like Spurs as a team. I think you've had a similar, not in terms of where you are in the league, of course, but similar season in Palace in many ways. A lot of ups and downs. I think lack of consistency has been a big problem with Spurs, and definitely has with Palace. So there's definitely similarities there. But I do think that you've got great players, and it's just about finding the right blend. I think it's just been... Obviously, Mourinho's come in, and that was a massive talking point at the time. Was it right to get rid of Pochettino, wasn't it? And that's now in the past, and you've got to move on. And I think that it's just taken longer to move. And naturally, it would. You have a manager that's had such a massive influence on the team in Pochettino. and now you're moving on to a new manager. It's always going to take time for that to settle in, especially when it's Mourinho and it is quite a massive switch in, tactical and a tactical approach in games. I think that's just been lack of consistency from Spurs this season. I think that if all the players are on song with what Mourinho wants, then there could be something good there. And it's clear that the board brought him in to win a trophy. That is the main aim. But there, whether or not it's a long-term solution remains to be seen. But I think it's just lack of consistency this season. There's been some good glimpses, but all in all, you probably were expecting a lot more, especially after the Champions League final last year.
Harvey, as a Tottenham fan, I just want to see trophies. I tell you what, for a club like Tottenham, we've not had a trophy since 2008. A trophy is way, way overdue. So as soon as Mourinho was appointed, I was quite pleased in that manner, thinking, well, he's been there, got the T-shirt, he's won trophies wherever he's gone. So I just want to see him and Hugo Lloris as captain lift a trophy as soon as possible. Harvey, I've got to ask, what's your score prediction today?
Score prediction, mate. As you said, if you need the win to secure your spot, your Europa League spot, then with something on the line here, I can only see Spurs really going at it. So I'm expecting 3-1, 3-0. I'll give ourselves a goal, 3-1. I know I'm very, very deflated at the moment, mate. It's just not been a very good end to the season for us at all. I'm just in that mood now where I just want the season to be done and look forward to next season and trying to build and plan for a good season next year.
Harvey, thank you very much. I hope your score prediction is right. Come on, Spurs. The team news is out. The Spurs team has just been announced, and it is Hugo Lloris in goal as captain, Serge Aurier. Eric Dyer comes straight back into the team after his 4-match suspension. Toby Alderweireld is at the back with him as well, and Ben Davies. And then in midfield, Harry Winks, Moussa Sissoko, Giovanni Lo Celso, Harry Kane up front, and Heung-min Son and Lucas Moura playing off of him. Substitutes today are Paulo Gazzaniga, Davinson Sanchez, Japhet Tanganga, Jan Vertonghen, maybe his last game in a Spurs shirt. Oliver Skipp, Ryan Sessegnon, Dele Alli is back. He's missed the last 5 games with a hamstring injury. Eric Lamela and Steven Bergwijn. The game has just kicked off. I'm going to go for a 3-0 Tottenham win today. I think the force of Harry Kane, who is on fire at the moment, and Heung-min Son is going to be far too strong for Crystal Palace today. So come on, you Spurs. A nice counter-attack from Tottenham in the 4th minute. The ball comes out to Giovanni Lo Celso on the left side, just outside the box. He shoots, has the first shot on target for Tottenham, goes straight to the goalkeeper. Yes, Tottenham are 1-0 up, 12 minutes gone. Harry Kane, that man has done it again. Great work from Sonny, winning the ball back. Giovanni Lo Celso takes a couple of touches, puts Harry Kane in, and Harry Kane does what Harry Kane does all of the time. Hits the back of the net. Tottenham are 1-0 up. Fantastic. 27 minutes gone. Crystal Palace have just had their first shot on target through Schlupp. Hit straight at Hugo Lloris and dealt with very comfortably. But there's been a good battle going on between Schlupp and Serge Aurier. And indeed, Zaha and Serge Aurier. But Aurier has got the better of both of them so far in this game. 32 minutes gone now. Tottenham are so unlucky not to be 2-0 up. What a fantastic run by Lucas Moura, and then gets cleared off the Crystal Palace goal line. So the half-time whistle has just gone. The Harry Kane goal separates the two sides at half-time. I'm now going to speak to Spurs fan Dave to see what he made of the first half. So I've now got Spurs fan Dave with me. Dave, Harry Kane has had a haircut. You've had a haircut. Tottenham are 1-0 up. And now Chelsea are 1-0 up. It's all going to plan.
All going to plan, that's right. And, we've all had haircuts today because we're all feeling buoyant today. We're all on top of the game. And I've even had my toenails done as well. So I think Harry's had his sharpened up today.
Dave, what have you made of the first half?
Well, that was very nifty footwork by Harry. I mean, Harry squeezed that in, and I mean, with a blink of an eye, wasn't it? A blink of an eye, and really, I was just thinking he hasn't really had a sniff all for the first 15 minutes, and then he just popped up, and we got the ricochet back. The Celso put him in, and that was left, right, just nifty footwork. It's fairly comfortable. They're getting I've had a few forays into our box, and we've got to say something about the team selection again, because why change a winning team? As soon as Dyer's back from suspension, put him in. I mean, what does Sanchez think of that then? What message?
Mourinho just loves Eric Dyer, doesn't he?
Well, obviously. I mean, he'd probably have him in goal if he could. I mean,
But honestly, Dave, before this game, the form, the previous 5 games, Tottenham have won 4, drawn 1. We're obviously winning now at half-time. Harry Kane is on fire again. Another goal from him today. At this rate, we don't really want this season to end, do we?
We don't, because we're just coming into form, and now we've got to shut down for 2 months. It's bad timing, we just got to keep Harry in cotton wool, because we just don't want anything to happen to him. We've got to keep him safe, really, like you say. He's just got to be wrapped up, because really it's just come at the wrong time. He's just getting into form. Boy, he's on top form. There's no doubt about it. He's on top form. There are some, we are giving up possession too easy, and there are some worrying little tendency. He needs to do some work on the team in the close season, because I think Sissoko and Davis looks laboured, and he keeps finding the opposition players. The possession isn't. Yet we haven't got that much possession, which we don't under Mourinho. But I just think we're giving up too early. We're giving up the ball too quick, don't you think? I think we might get another goal. I know you said 3-0 on your forecast, but it might be 3-0. But they haven't scored. As you say, they haven't scored against us since 2016. Long may it continue.
Dave, as long as we get the win, and as long as we get that 6th place to get Europa League football, because I'm looking, forward to a couple of journeys next season.
Yeah, I bet you are. Yeah. Well, Spain's been shut down, so watch it. It's all. No one knows what's going to happen in the future, but
True.
it's better to be in something, because we've got, as you say, Troy Parrott and Co. and all Luke Amos, all them blokes looking for games, and Mourinho can put them in on some of these, especially if they're dead rubbers and all that sort of stuff. The Europa League. So I'm getting ahead of myself now. So, but
Dave, thank you very much. Enjoy the second half, and come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs. See you soon.
Well, talking to Spurs fan Dave there, I thought that Chelsea were 1-0 up, and in fact, they were 2-0 up. Chelsea are 2-0 up, Tottenham are 1-0 up. It is all going to plan right now. 52 minutes gone, it is now 1-1. We were so slow to react from a corner. We had so many bodies in the box, but everyone just stood there. 3 opportunities of clearing the ball away, and Crystal Palace put the ball in the net, 1-1. We're now in the 60th minute. Lucas Moura just had a wonderful opportunity, but hit wide. The game is still 1-1, and Chelsea are still beating Wolves at Stamford Bridge 2-0. What does that do for the Premier League table? Well, it does put Tottenham up to 6th place in the Premier League on goal difference. Wolves are in 7th. We've both played 38 matches, and we both have 59 points. Tottenham have a goal difference of plus 14, and Wolves have a goal difference of plus 11. So at the moment, we are 6th in the Premier League. 74 minutes gone now. Worrying spell for Tottenham this. Crystal Palace have been quite impressive in this second half. And, we just need to hold on. Even if it is just a 1-1 with Wolves losing at Chelsea, we need to get at least a point from this game. 79 minutes gone. Heung-min Son has just gone off, and Moussa Sissoko has gone off. And welcome back Dele Alli, and Oliver Skipp is on as well. 3 minutes of stoppage time now. I tell you what, it's a scary 3 minutes for Tottenham. Crystal Palace have just had another glorious chance where they just headed wide. Crystal Palace have looked very threatening this second half, and Tottenham have only had 2 shots on target throughout the whole of these 92 minutes so far. Even for these last 60 seconds, Jose Mourinho is trying to shore up the defence and give us that little bit more protection. Davinson Sanchez has just come on, and Lucas Moura has just gone off. That's it. The final whistle has gone. Crystal Palace 1, Tottenham won. I'm so glad and so relieved that the 2019-2020 season is over and Tottenham had salvaged something from this very, very mixed season. We have finished 6th now in the Premier League, which will take us through to the Europa League, something I'm really, really looking forward to. Jose Mourinho has played twice in the Europa League and has twice won the competition, so let's see what he can do at Tottenham Hotspur Football Club next season. I hope that the summer is a very productive one for manager Jose Mourinho and the management team. I'm sure that he will want to bring players in. I'm sure that a few players will leave as well. And good luck to Jan Vertonghen if this was his last Tottenham outing for the club today, although Jan wasn't used. But a lot of work to do in the summer, for Jose Mourinho. But as I say, to salvage something and get a European place in the very, very mixed season that we have had, I think is a great end result. Anyway, enjoy your summer. I cannot wait until the 2020-2021 season starts. Come on, you Spurs.